Have you ever looked at someone else's life and thought, if only I looked like them, if only I had what they have, then I would finally be happy? Many of us spend years wishing we were different faces, different talents, different lives. But what if the very thing that makes you feel ordinary is actually what makes you special? But tonight's story is about a crow who spent most of his life believing he was born with the wrong feathers. He thought happiness belonged to everyone except him, until one unexpected journey revealed a truth so simple, yet so powerful, that it changed the way he saw himself forever. So settle in, take a slow breath, and let this gentle story carry you into the night. Long ago, beside a forest filled with towering pines and silver rivers, there lived a crow named Corbin. Corbin was healthy. He was strong. He could fly farther than most birds in the region. Yet none of those things mattered to him. Whenever he glanced at his reflection in a still pond, he felt disappointed. His feathers were black, plain black. Nothing more. He often watched other birds and imagined how wonderful their lives must be. The swans looked elegant. The parrots looked vibrant. The peacocks looked magnificent. Compared to them, he felt invisible. Every day, he carried the same heavy thought. If only I looked different, I could finally be happy. One bright morning, Corbin arrived at a quiet lake. Floating across the water was a graceful swan whose white feathers shimmered beneath the sunlight. Corbin admired her from a distance, before finally gathering the courage to speak. "You must have a perfect life," he said. The swan looked surprised. "What makes you think that?" "Because you're beautiful," replied Corbin. "When people see you, they stop and admire you." The swan gave a soft smile. "That's kind of you to say." Then she gazed at the sky. "But beauty doesn't guarantee happiness." Corbin frowned. "What do you mean?" The swan lowered her head. "I used to believe I was fortunate. But one day I met a parrot. A parrot carries colors that I could never have. Compared to him, I feel ordinary." Corbin stared in disbelief. The swan envied someone else? Wanting answers, Corbin set out to find this colorful bird. After hours of flying, he discovered a parrot perched among tropical trees. The parrot's feathers glowed with brilliant shades of red, green, yellow, and blue. Corbin felt certain he had finally found the happiest bird alive. "You must love your life," he said. The parrot chuckled. "I wish it were that simple." Corbin blinked. "You aren't happy?" The parrot shook his head. "Not completely. People admire my colors. But whenever I see a peacock, I realize how limited my beauty truly is. A peacock wears 100 colors. His feathers seem almost magical. If anyone is blessed, it must be him." Corbin felt even more confused than before. Several days later, he found himself near a large garden where people gathered from all around. There, standing proudly beneath the trees, was a peacock. Its tail looked like a living masterpiece. Blue, green, gold. Every feather seemed painted by the sky itself. Visitors surrounded the bird with admiration. Corbin waited patiently until the crowd dispersed. Then he approached. "You must be the happiest creature in the world." The peacock remained silent for a moment. Then he sighed. "Many believe that, but they only see my feathers." The peacock looked beyond the garden walls. "They never see what those feathers cost me." "What do you mean?" asked Corbin. "I spend my life being watched. People love my appearance, so they keep me close. They admire me. They photograph me. They display me. but they don't understand that I dream of freedom." The peacock stared into the distance. "You can fly wherever you wish. You can disappear into mountains. You can cross oceans if you choose. No one tries to own your beauty. I would trade many of these feathers for a single day of your freedom." Corbin stood speechless. He had spent years wishing for something the peacock wished he could escape. As evening approached, Corbin continued flying. Questions filled his mind. If the swan wasn't happy, and the parrot wasn't happy, and the peacock wasn't happy, then who was? As darkness settled over the mountains, he noticed a small temple glowing with lantern light. Outside sat an elderly monk. The monk's face was calm, peaceful, as though he carried no worries at all. Corbin landed beside him. The monk smiled warmly. "You seem burdened by something." For the next hour, Corbin shared everything: his insecurities, his comparisons, his disappointment with himself. When he finally finished, the monk nodded thoughtfully. Then he asked, "Tell me, little crow, if tomorrow you became a swan, would your heart suddenly be at peace?" Corbin remembered the swan's envy. "No." "And if you became a parrot?" "No." "And if you became a peacock?" Corbin thought of the garden, the fences, the longing for freedom. "No." The monk smiled gently. "Then perhaps the problem was never your feathers." The crow listened carefully. The monk pointed toward the moon. "Look at the sky. The stars do not compete with the moon. The moon does not compete with the sun. Each shines in its own time." The old man paused. "Yet humans and animals often spend their lives comparing themselves to others. They stare at someone else's gifts and become blind to their own." The words settled deeply inside Corbin's heart. For the first time, he noticed things he had ignored for years. His black feathers were strong and resilient. His wings carried him across vast distances. His sharp eyes helped him survive. His freedom allowed him to explore the entire world. He realized something important. What he once called flaws were actually gifts. He had simply been too busy comparing himself to see them. The following weeks felt different. The forest seemed brighter. The rivers seemed calmer. Even the wind felt friendlier. Nothing about Corbin had changed. His feathers were still black. His voice was still the same. His wings were still his own. Yet everything felt different. Because he finally understood that happiness begins when comparison ends. Years passed. Corbin grew older and wiser. Whenever young birds complained about themselves, he shared the lesson he had learned beneath the lantern-lit temple. And he always finished with these words: "The day I stopped wishing for another bird's feathers was the day I finally learned to fly freely." As you prepare to rest tonight, remember this: someone will always seem more beautiful. Someone will always seem more successful. Someone will always appear to have a better life. But happiness is not found in becoming them. It is found in becoming fully yourself. You were not created to copy another person's path. You were created to walk your own. The qualities you criticize today may one day become the very qualities that help you succeed. The things that make you different may be the things that make you unforgettable. So be patient with yourself. Trust your journey. Honor your uniqueness. And remember, a bird finds freedom, not when it grows different feathers, but when it learns to trust its own wings. Good night. Sleep peacefully, and may you always remember your worth.